Welcome back to yet another Winked Unplugged. These are Friday lives that we do and have conversations about adulting challenges, things that have challenges as adults, things that we don't really know how to navigate. So today's adulting challenge is commitment. And this is something that I haven't come up with. It is actually direct messages that I've gotten from you. So thank you for that. So today's topic is thanks to you. And it also was a conversation I was having with a friend of mine. She's a youngster coming out of college. And she has kind of been seeing this guy off and on. She really likes him. And I was asking, I'm like, how are things going? Are you guys now dating? Because it's been a few months. And she's like, Ruchika, don't even say that. I haven't dated in so many months and years. You know, I'm so commitment phobic. I don't want to be in a relationship. So this is perfect. You know, just the thought of committing and being in a relationship is scary for me. And that made me wonder, right? Commitment is such an important aspect of our life. We need it in every aspect of our life. And yet, it is something that we are afraid of, is something that we shy away from. So why do we shy away from commitment? A couple of thoughts that I have and what I've seen with people around me. The first one is fear, right? Fear of being hurt, fear of not making the right decision, fear of being stuck, right? Fear is a really big reason why we don't commit. The second one that I'm seeing more and more of is also this need to optimize. Fear of, especially with relationships right now and all the dating apps, there are so many options. You just have to swipe right or you have to swipe left. And there are like hundreds and thousands of options. So how do we optimize when we have so many choices? And you wonder, if I say yes to this person, have I missed out on someone else who might be completely perfect? And they might just be a tad bit better, maybe not, they might look like that. But this need to optimize does not let us commit. And the third one is this feeling of it's inconvenient. You know, Ruchika, I'm so happy. I live by myself. I get up when I want. I travel. I have the house exactly the way I want. I eat out when I want. I don't want to get into a relationship where I need to change anything. I don't want other people to come into my space, right? So these three things really stop us from committing. And it could be in any aspect of our life. It could be committing in a relationship, which is where, when we think of commitment, the first thing that comes into our mind is relationships. But it also could be committing to a job. So many times I've heard people say, I don't really want to work for someone. I'm going to be a freelancer because I don't want to, I don't want the 9 to 5. I want to work on things I want to work on. I don't want a boss. I don't want to be managed. Where is all of that coming from? Are we optimizing for learning and growth, or are we optimizing for convenience? We can talk about commitment, and commitment means nothing. If things are going hunky-dory and you're madly in love with somebody, or you're in the honeymoon phase of your job and you say, I'm so committed to my partner, or I'm so committed to my job, it means nothing. I'm sorry to tell you that. Commitment comes into question when there is a little bit of inconvenience, where you're being pushed outside of your comfort zone, where you don't like where you are at that moment, because in some ways it's ruffling you. In some ways it's not letting you be convenient or comfortable. And that is the test of commitment. And at that time, are we willing to stay? Are we willing to expand our comfort zone? Are we willing to grow from that experience? Or are we just running away to the next experience? And don't get me wrong, if you're in a really bad relationship or in a toxic work environment, leave. But this is for the rest of us, where we might be in the middle, where some amount of discomfort makes us wonder, should I even be here? Should I leave? Because we are optimizing for comfort and convenience. I have this friend of mine, and I've known him for so many years. I think nearly 15 years now. And every year he'll call me up and say, Ruchika, I found the perfect job. I love the job. The culture, the people, they're a completely great fit for me. I'm so happy. This is my dream job. It lasts for 3 months. And by the end of the year, 12 months to 15 months, he has quit the job because he can't stand the people, he hates the culture, and he'll give me a million reasons why it was like the worst decision to be in that company. And then he does exactly the same thing again and again. And he's been doing this for the last decade or so. And sometimes I wonder, it's not just him. We do the same things. The moment it becomes uncomfortable for us, we want to flee, we want to run away. But when we do that, we do not give ourselves the opportunity to uncover so many gifts or undo a lot of triggers that we may have. It's a little bit like Gold saying, you know what, the heat is becoming too much now. Just turn the heat off. If you didn't have heat for gold and didn't have the fire, it would never shine. If the diamond was not chiseled and it said, you know what, enough, this is too painful, I don't want to be here, I'm okay being carbon, you would not have a diamond shining. So just recognize that sometimes commitment is really critical. And that is what makes us stay in a situation which actually on the other side brings about a lot of gifts. It could be different talents, it could be staying power, it could be things that we did not even know about ourselves. Life cannot move without commitment because commitment anchors us. If you're not committed to anything, you will literally be floating in space. There is nothing to hold you back. You won't feel grounded. Whereas committing actually allows you to be grounded. And it could be to anything. It could be to your children, it could be to your family, it could be to a bigger cause in the universe, does not matter. Committing to something bigger than yourself allows you to be anchored, allows you to stay in situations when it gets uncomfortable. I am in the process of launching a company, as you know. Winged is that. And as an entrepreneur, we have days where it's really tough. It's really rough. And you wonder and you question, why am I doing this? And should I be doing this? But if there isn't commitment, entrepreneurs would flee. And I promise you, we would not last even a few months. And you would not have innovation. You would not have things on the other side. So just remember that commitment is very, very, very critical. One, to move even one step in life. And second, for us to uncover amazing gifts and talents that we have, where sometimes we need discomfort for those to come through. One of you had asked me a couple of weeks back, and you'd asked, Ruchika, is it okay to drop a commitment? How long is a commitment valid? How many years is the potency of a commitment? It's like, you have at the back of your organic boxes, you have, best before. For how long is best before on a commitment? And there isn't one. You will know if the commitment has stopped serving you and has stopped serving people around you, then it's okay to get out of it. But if you're getting out of it because it's inconvenient and it's frustrating and you haven't found the skills to navigate it, then I would say stay in it. Because no matter where you go, you will be confronted with similar problems like my friend. He goes to every job. He's like switched jobs, 10 jobs in 10 years. And it's the same pattern. Staying allows you to break a pattern. But if you realize that it stopped serving you, you've learned from it, it's not serving other people around, there's something bigger, then definitely it's okay to move on and commit to something bigger than that. So I'm just going to stop there and pause and see if you have any questions around convenience, commitment, the fears, anything that holds us to not commit or to flow in the direction of comfort and convenience. So mom's here. I'm saying hi. Hi mom, it's good to see you here. Then it's amazing how mothers are committed to their children. Every Friday she shows up to just be there and cheer, and that takes commitment. She has prioritized this over everything else. So yes, mothers definitely commit to their children and their well-being. Any questions that you have, because we're a bunch of us on live right now, so if there are any questions, I can take it. Otherwise, you can ping me other topics that you want us to go a little bit deeper on, and I can leave you with a question. When there's a choice between commitment and convenience, what do you choose? And if it is convenience that you're choosing, is it serving you? And just peel back. Just because something is convenient in the short run does not mean it's helping you in the long run. It's actually the commitment and staying with it and breaking through it that expands your comfort zone and gives you convenience in the long run and comfort in the long run. It's very easy to break a commitment to yourself. Why? Such a great question. It's a great question as to why we break a commitment to ourselves. You know, we break a commitment to ourselves when it's not comfortable. You know, if you had a commitment to do something that you love doing, or you enjoyed, you wouldn't break it, right? And of course, it's not a commitment then. But I think I've seen it's easy to hold yourself accountable for things that are not so easy when you have somebody with you. So yeah, it's an interesting question as to why we don't stay committed to ourselves. We are far more prone to stay committed when we commit it to someone else. That's why gym partners are really critical, especially when you have to wake up at 6 in the morning and go to the gym. Yeah. Is giving up a bad thing? Back away from the commitment. There is no good or bad. You know, we put so many labels on, is it good, is it bad, should I walk away from the commitment? If it does not serve you, and if it does not serve people around you, there is greater good in walking away than walk away. But if you're doing it for reasons of inconvenience, selfishness, and you will know more than anyone else, then stay in it. But there's nothing good or bad. It's absolutely fine. It's all a learning experience, and it's a flow. It's completely fine. Love the answer of commitment for how long? Till it serves you and serves people around you, both. Great. So if there aren't any questions, I will see you again next week. Until then, ponder about every time there's a choice between convenience and commitment, which one is winning, and it's okay. Don't judge yourself. Just observe and be aware. Okay? Bye. See you again next Friday at noon EST.